Studios in Brea, California, here is the Doyledin podcast.
Well, we're back to talking about wrestling now. After two videos, two videos of Superman, we have finally called it quits about Superman for now, and back on track to wrestling. So we're going to be talking about Saturday night's main event, Evolution, and this past week's episode of Raw, and maybe some stuff in between. Well, want to get started with Saturday night's main event?
Yeah, go ahead. How did the show open? Remind me here.
Yeah, the show opened with the Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre match.
That's right. That's right. And Randy
Yes.
Orton comes out with Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, everybody's favorite WWE wrestler.
Yeah. But, here's the thing. If you notice, when Orton came out, a huge pop for Orton, right?
Yeah.
Huge pop.
Always.
And then eventually they started singing his song. That's what you want, right? You don't want, like, Sami Zayn. He comes out, people are just singing his song. They don't give a shit about Sami Zayn's there. You could pipe that song through the arena and not have Sammy come out, and people will be just still singing. But Orton's so over, and of course Jelly Roll, right? Popular. Jelly Roll's over, and then of course Drew McIntyre comes out with Logan Paul, and what we're working our way towards here by the end of this match, something that we talked about last week, and that's the match for SummerSlam, right? The tag match. So, this was a decent match considering what they were trying to get to, and they kind of worked with Orton's back again, so they brought him out of the ring there, and he got. McIntyre threw him on the desk a few times on his back and some back body drops.
Yeah.
Orton got to return the favor later in the match. But I thought it was a decent match overall. The ending was kind of like, okay, it was
Yeah.
one RKO out of nowhere compared to everything that Drew McIntyre had just done to Randy Orton, and then there's the pin, which was okay. I know where we're going with it, so I can understand it, but it seemed a little rushed at the end.
It's the powerful.
And
It's
of
the
course,
power
then
of
we
the
get
RKO. It's the RKO, man. You don't mess with
RKO,
it.
baby. Can't mess with it.
No.
They're the most vicious three letters in sports entertainment. So
Yeah.
and then we get Logan Paul gets Orton, blindsides him in the ring, stands over him, does a little ground and pound until everyone's favorite WWE superstar comes in the ring, Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
And
I can't even name a song. I'm not familiar with Jelly Roll.
I can hear some of his songs, and he's got an amazing voice. But I don't know the name of any of the songs, to be honest with you. But I do know that he talks about all the time. He was in prison for a long time and battled a bunch of demons, and has now created this successful brand for himself. So props to anybody that can do that. So then
All right.
he
Interesting. Didn't know that.
Yeah. And then Logan Paul gets up and he gets into it with Jelly Roll, and Jelly Roll pushes him down, and then from out of nowhere here comes Drew McIntyre with a Claymore on Jelly Roll.
Claymore's Jelly Roll.
Chanting Jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have Orton, just the way he was with Sammy, being that sympathetic friend,
Boo.
Yeah, we don't like that kind of Orton. Blaming himself for what happened to Jelly Roll, and but hey, man, RK Roll is over, so
RK Roll or Roll KO.
Yeah, but then you go backstage and you have Pierce and Aldis getting mad at McIntyre and Paul, and that leads up to the interview later where they talk about SummerSlam, and that's a place for Jelly Roll to get his revenge. But
Yeah.
we have Joe Tessitore on commentary on this, and Wade Barrett.
Yeah, your favorite.
Man, hey, at the start of the show, when we first came on, it was nice to that starting package, by the way, was pretty cool. Where they show uh the old footage from the old days, and
Oh,
then they
yes.
kind of stop VHS tape and my my phone went off, and then
It's okay.
they showed a new footage, but with the old commentary, which was so cool.
Mhm.
Um, so but then you had Jesse Ventura as well, with Joe Tessitore there, and he was calling him Mean Joe instead of Mean Gene, from back in the day. But yeah, this match as a whole, I thought was pretty decent. Gave us what we needed to get to where we're going, and
Yeah.
that's the tag match at SummerSlam.
I agree. It's basically a handicap match. Like, what is Jelly Roll gonna do against McIntyre and Logan Paul, you know?
You, oh man, I tell you what though, I think you're gonna be surprised. That punch, that Jelly Roll, that right hand that he hit Logan Paul with in the ring was freaking good.
Okay.
I mean, you want to throw a punch that looks really good. He threw it. I was like, holy shit, that was good. And Logan Paul bumped like a king. I mean, he's so good anyway. Um, you know,
Yeah.
and so that was really cool. The push on the outside earlier was a little weak. Logan Paul kind of nudging Jelly Roll, and Jelly Roll finally gave him the show, but it was kind of like a put his hands up and then did that, like, it was kind of like kind of weak, but you got the picture. But this
Yeah.
right hand that he gave Logan Paul in the ring, I thought was pretty awesome. And then where do
Okay.
we go from there?
Yeah, so I
Refresh
agree
my
with you.
memory.
That match was pretty decent. I actually enjoyed it. But then after that, I think we went on to my favorite match of the event, the Solo Sikoa versus Jimmy Uso match, um,
Oh yeah,
for the
Solo
United
and the
States
Tongas.
Championship. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
And I thought Solo and Jimmy were doing a fantastic job in this match. I really liked it. And Solo still having that U.S. title, which I think he's gonna have a really good title reign with that belt. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully he doesn't lose it too soon. But yeah, I'm digging him. I'm digging
yeah, no,
Solo. So
yeah. No, Solo's looking great. I like him in this spot. Like we had talked about, and like you had said, he needs that title, and he will bring some relevance to it. And sure enough, I mean, it's it's great to see such a heel that is can be beaten at any time, but those Tongans are always there to watch his back. And that big badass Tonga, the new kid, he's definitely been made as a big threat. But I need to see more
mhm.
from him. He just seems like an awkward tall guy right now. Um, his facial expressions and stuff need to be worked on. Take the hair out of his face so I can actually see what he's doing. Um, but he was effective here in
Yeah.
helping uh, uh, Solo go over Jimmy, and he helped him because Solo rolled up Jimmy, and then Big Tonga put the boot to his butt so he could hold him down.
hmm Yeah. I it was just it was just cool to see. It was cool to see this um Samoan storyline just keep building upon itself. Um,
Yeah.
that and it's I don't know how far they're gonna go with it. I mean, especially since what happened on last week's or this week's Raw towards the end. So um, yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes. Interested to see where it goes.
Yeah. Um, I don't know how many more Samoans are going to bring in, which was a kind of a topic of debate during the week on X, I believe. I don't know if I'm getting it right, but I think Kevin Nash might have said somebody said something about too many Samoans or something. Maybe it wasn't Kevin Nash.
hmm
I don't know who it was, but it's kind of it's not that it's too many Samoans. No, absolutely not. It's just there's too many from the same family, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Where do you go after this? Because they're all related. So are they going to have this? is every storyline then going to be involved? Oh well, he's his brother and his cousin, and so every storyline from here on out, it's going to be involved with cousins and brothers, and it's kind of like ends up being the same thing over and over again. So definitely not too many Samoans. I mean, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
what race or creed they are. I mean, that's silly. But I think too many people from the same family because yeah, it just becomes repetitive.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a decent match, and I think this is one of actually Jimmy's better matches in my opinion. Jimmy looked really good.
100% agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
100% agree. But
So hopefully they do something else with Jimmy Uso. Seems like he kind of got lost in the shuffle once they broke him and Jay up, and I know he's not as over as Jay, but go to the creative side of things and create something new for him. That's what
yeah,
they did with Jay, and give Jimmy something new instead of just Jimmy Uso.
agreed. I agree with that. I mean, but do you think they can come up with a gimmick that would be as over as Jay's?
Well, it doesn't have to be as over as Jay's. It just has to be over. You
Yeah.
know, it just has to be something that can give him some traction and some longevity. Because right now it's just Jimmy Uso, Jay Uso's brother. I mean, he doesn't, and he's
Yeah.
losing matches, so there's nothing to him right now. I mean, unless they turn him or just put him in a tag team with somebody again, he might be that guy who's just a better tag team wrestler. Some talents are like that. Some
Yeah.
talents thrive really well in the tag team scene, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's just it's just their style. It's just how they come across better and if that's what it is, and maybe that's what they need to do. But regardless, he needs something more than just Jimmy Uso.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Yeah. Do something, WWE. I know we know you listen to the show, so.
All the time.
but but yeah. Do you have anything else to say about the match?
No, then I mean, all of the clan jumped Jimmy after the bell, and then that's when Jacob came down for the save, and then you know Big Tonga jumped Jacob, and uh Jacob dumped Big Tonga out and then did a dive through the ropes on top of Solo and Big Tonga,
Yeah.
and then came back in the ring and celebrated, and him and
Yippee.
Jimmy were best buds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh no, I think it
and
was
that was
the
that.
best. It was the best match of the night, in my opinion, because we're gonna
All right.
be going to the arguably the worst match, but by nobody's fault, LA Knight versus Seth Rollins. You know,
Yeah,
I
super
feel like
showing segment.
there's a lot to say about this match. Maybe
Yeah.
not. But yeah. The match was going great. It was going really great, to be honest. I was watching it. I was like,
Good.
okay, this is probably the best I've seen of Seth Rollins. And then it just ended, and it was because Rollins' knee buckled during a mid-rope move, and they had to call the match. It seems like, and they gave the win to LA Knight. Um, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, we know that you can't really you can't really fault them on this match, especially since it is what it is. It just got, he landed on it wrong. His knee or his foot, and it just shot up to his knee. I don't know what how do you think that happened?
Well, I was watching that back. That's one match that I really wanted to watch back and just see, for multiple reasons. One reason is because you had this internet wrestling community guy who's been around for decades who is saying it's not a legit injury and um, without any proof. And he does this a lot. He's a big AEW uh, martyr,
Bastard.
so to speak. Yeah, so him and I, we talked over the years. He's real famous. Dave Meltzer. Anyway, anybody who's a wrestling fan knows who Dave Meltzer is. But he is just so hardcore AEW these days, and anything WWE he likes to shit on for the most part. Um, blocked me on X because I was debating something with him, and I had him right in the corner, and uh, he got all offended and blocked me because he couldn't handle any more insults, and even everybody else was like, there was no insults, so just answer the question, and he blocked me and went on. So uh,
What a
he's the guy
guy.
that's coming out. Yeah, whatever. He's the guy that's coming out saying that this is a work, and you know, it's he's been wrong so many times because WWE knows that some people talk to him, so they leak fake shit to him, and he buys it hook, line, and sinker. But anyway, I saw earlier in the match that when Seth got thrown to the outside, right away when he went down, he kind of grabbed his back a little bit and then stood up and then kind of grabbed it again. It wasn't part of any of the match because it wasn't talked about. He didn't try and sell it after that. It looked like he landed on his butt. And so I think when you have, I know from having major lower back pain that you tend to lean to one side more than the other and start putting weight on one side more than the other. And I think that's where this started. Um, but yeah, that he did a over the ropes swanton, and then after that went and did a moonsault from the second rope and landed on his feet, and that's when he came down. And I think he put just too much pressure on that left. Was it left or right leg? It was right leg,
Yeah, his right leg, I believe.
and something either popped
Uh,
or
oh,
something like that. But you know, here's the thing that uh, if I got anything out of this match, here's the thing: Seth Rollins, if this is a legit injury, which I believe it is, regardless of what anybody says, um, for him to talk to the ref and the doctor and say we're still going to finish the match, give him the finish to the ref. The ref goes, gives the finish to LA Knight, which is what they're doing. She's radioing to the back, letting them know what has now transpired. So they get the blessing, and if you're going to be out for a while, absolutely give LA Knight the win, right? I don't think LA Knight was supposed to win.
yeah,
Maybe
I
he
don't think
was.
either.
We don't know at this point, right? But this match was supposed to go at least another 5 minutes, at least.
Yeah,
Right? You had at least another 5 minutes, maybe even 8 to 10 minutes, right? And this is important when you look at the rest of the show. Um, so the timing of a wrestling show is so difficult to do, really. But this right here really jacked up the rest of the show, which we only have one match left, thankfully. But still, it really, and we'll get into that when we get to the end of the next match. But Rollins then got up, was able to get up because he wasn't that bad to where his leg is broke or his
yeah,
ACL is torn, he can't stand, and let LA Knight give him the kick and get the pin on him. Absolutely, 100% respect for that professionalism right there. And then if you notice also, as LA Knight goes down for the pin, as he goes to grab a leg, he realizes, oh, not that leg, and he grabs the left leg because it's the right leg that's hurt, and he doesn't want to hurt him anymore. So he grabs the left leg to, cover for the pin,
yeah,
and so it's just great thinking from two veterans. That in such a shitty situation, they really stepped up their game and made this situation so great for both of them. So again, don't know what the true finish was. Don't know if LA Knight was supposed to go over or not. Um, if he was, it wasn't supposed to be just then. Definitely 10 minutes down the road, probably.
yeah.
Um, and the reason why I think that if the reason why they may have LA Knight go over here is because the next match, I believe, was cut short because I think, in my opinion, and again I could be wrong,
Hmm.
and it's been Goldberg's last match. That Goldberg, I think, looking at everything now, and this is not what I said last week, totally contradicting anything I said last week, but hindsight's 2020. Um, I believe that Goldberg was supposed to go over Gunther, give him that moment, one last victory as his retirement match, and then here comes Seth down to cash in, and he has Braun Breaker spear Goldberg, and they take the title off Goldberg and Seth Rollins is your new champ. That's what I believe was supposed to happen because that next match ended so weirdly, and you know,
The next match
for you have
being the one we're talking about, right?
yes,
Yeah.
Goldberg and Gunther, sorry. Um, for that to end the way it did with just a sleeper hold on the ground was very weird for a retirement match, and very weird way for Goldberg to go out. So I think that's what we were supposed to see. But and then he had a speech which I don't think was prepared or anything. I think that was supposed to be off the air anyway. But I think because everything was cut short, that they cut up to now Goldberg's in the ring with his family giving a speech, and we're still rolling because we're still supposed to be on the air because the match is still supposed to be going. If Rollins didn't get hurt earlier, and that's why the speech got cut off. It's because it wasn't even planned, and they had that time. They had it all timed down, and it was no disrespect to Goldberg, I don't think. I think it was just the way they had it mapped out and planned, and to go off the air, and it just the speech started before he went off the air. I think that was supposed to be an off the air thing after the show, recorded especially for a special about Goldberg that they're going to put out eventually,
Yeah.
and it was that. But
I could see
anyway,
that. I could see that. That would make sense. Yeah, because I mean, what do you do now if Seth Rollins is out? Like, what are you gonna do with
yeah,
that Money in the Bank? I mean, how I
keep it.
haven't
I mean,
kept up with it, but how long are they saying that he's gonna be out for?
they don't even know. They're saying they don't know.
Oof.
Which is why you have people like Meltzer saying that, oh, this is a work. They can't even tell you what's wrong with him, and I'm hearing from somebody on the inside that this is just a way for you to think he's hurt, and then he comes out with the Money in the Bank and surprises everybody. Well, that's going to happen anyway when he comes back.
Yeah.
So, and this is what Meltzer does. He'll say, it could be warm tomorrow, but then it could be cold. So either way, he's right.
Yeah.
So that's how he reports. That's how he does his job.
All
So
right.
regardless, when Rollins comes back, I'm pretty sure it'll be a surprise comeback. That's a given when somebody in this situation gets hurt.
Yeah.
Um, but I still think it's a legit injury. Um, this really messes up what we're seeing on TV and that main event as well. So some people are just so starved for journalistic stars that they make up such horseshit.
Hey, you gotta get the clicks. Gotta get the clicks.
And I got the clicks.
But yeah, Saturday night's main event. I thought it was decent for what it was, considering you had that Seth Rollins injury. Um, I I don't know. It was fun. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I got I
So
got a text from Rick Bassman, who used to own UPW, um, during that main event saying, "Holy shit, Pete, we could put on a better match than this." The match that we had in 2004. But I thought Gunther did everything right for Goldberg.
yeah,
What a way for Goldberg to retire, and that's at the hands of Gunther. Um, Gunther did everything to not expose Goldberg because we all know Goldberg's not a great wrestler. I mean, he's and especially at this age now, and he's got bad hips and bad shoulder and all that stuff, and kind of a bit of a hobble when he was walking to the ring. It was great to see him come out with his son and Ernest the Cat Miller out of the and Doug Dillinger, the guy that
yeah.
used to knock on the door in WCW and stuff like that. I mean, that's classic, Goldberg. Um,
Agreed.
so
Agreed.
yeah, but Gunther's the guy, and it goes back to what we talked about last time. That Gunther just retired Goldberg. Is he the guy now that's going to retire John Cena?
We'll see. We'll see. Um, but that would be interesting. I would like to see it. But do you think he would retire John Cena with the World Heavyweight title still on him? How cool would it
Well,
be with
no,
a ring general with 2 belts?
I think now you have a situation Because again, I think that Goldberg was supposed to beat Gunther, and then you know Rollins beat Goldberg, and Gunther wouldn't have a title. But now we have Gunther with a title. Will Rollins be back before Survivor Series? Um, we don't know. If he is, then I expect him to surprise Gunther and take the belt off him,
Yeah. Well,
and then
because
get back to what I was supposed to be.
if the Money in the Bank only works, so let's say Gunther does have 2 titles, would Seth have to pick a title to use the Money in the Bank on?
Well, I mean, depends how WWE would want to work that storyline. If Gunther gets 2 titles, does he have to give one up? I mean, he can't have both, but that's why we have 2 champs, right? Or are they going to unify the belts and only have 1 champ for both shows? Which I think they should. There should only be 1 world champion in your company. Uh, Having an undisputed champion and then a world champion, I would think the world, like I said before, I think the world champion would want to dispute that he's the champ. So I don't think it's
Yeah.
undisputed. Um, but it makes no sense to me. I mean, and I don't think people question it because it's just a wrestling show, and then that's the champ over here, and that's the champ over there, and let's just be happy for it. But I think overall, I think if you have a champ who's on Raw, he's got his opponent on Raw, and he's got a different opponent on SmackDown, and then he's got to defend that title on different pay-per-views against. This one's going to be against the guy on Raw. Next time it's going to be the guy on SmackDown. While he's brewing a new storyline with somebody else on Raw for that next pay-per-view. So you have longer bills towards payoffs if you're only wrestling a guy on Raw on a pay-per-view every other pay-per-view.
Yeah. That would make sense instead of
If you can follow me.
instead of splitting it like that. It just like because it's just confusing at the end of the day. Like it's just like, well, what? Why isn't this person going after that belt instead? Because what makes like one belt better than the other? Like,
And that's why they have the brand split, right? If you're on SmackDown, you can only wrestle on SmackDown.
yeah,
Unless you win Money in the Bank and you go to a different brand because you cash in on that brand.
interesting, interesting. Well,
Logic is only required when needed.
yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Um, but yeah, I mean, do you have anything to say about Saturday night's main event before we move on to the next day?
Yeah, I mean, it was decent. I mean, it's a 4-match show. I would like to get back to the format of the old Saturday night's main event where you have 1 or 2 big matches, but you also parade out some big names that you want to put over, and you have them up against what they used to call jobbers, right? Some squash matches. You know who's going to win, but you're still watching because you want to see this guy annihilate this other guy anyway. And you know, those matches are long gone, but I think they should bring them back. There's local talent everywhere that they could use and give a shot to and make a name for them and give them tryouts. That's how they discovered a lot of the guys back in the 90s and even in the 80s, just giving them a shot on shows like Saturday Night's Main Event and
Shows that aren't really that
Superstar.
important to like
Yeah, I mean,
the main programming, you know?
yeah, I mean, yeah, just give them a shot and put your guys over and give these other guys a little payday. But other than that, I thought it was an okay show.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
was okay.
Yeah. Agreed. Agreed.
Give it a B minus.
Yeah. Sure. B minus.
Sure.
Then the very next day we have WWE's Evolution, the second year that Evolution has happened. And what did you think of Evolution?
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I
I
did
thought
too, to be honest. I actually
I
really
thought
liked it.
and to go back, actually, sorry, let's go back to the night before. One thing we did skip over was when they were going through the crowd of various people there, and there was Jade Cargill there, And from behind, Naomi came out, attacked Jade Cargill,
Oh
threw
yeah.
her over the barrier. Big brawl, a great brawl. Naomi is so good.
Yeah, agreed. It was pretty good.
Tossed over the announcer's desk, and then there was a big battle back and forth and pull aparts and all that. And then Aldous comes out, and Aldous says, "Well, if you guys want to be this rambunctious, then we'll have a special guest referee." And out comes,
Bianca Belair.
yeah. So she is a special guest referee in Evolution for this match. So sorry, go
In
ahead.
the no holds barred with Jade Cargill and Naomi. So that's what
Yep.
Saturday night's main event kind of built up when we get to it. But
Yep.
yeah, I really liked Evolution. It was actually really good.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out this doesn't show me an order of what matches went on, but I mean,
Well, the uh, Bailey and
oh yeah,
Lyra
Lyra, yeah,
Valkyria
yeah, yeah.
and
Becky
Becky
Lynch.
Lynch was first.
Yeah, yeah. So that was first. That was actually a pretty good
Yeah,
match.
you broke up there. You froze. That was
Oh,
a great
am I
match.
back?
That was
Yeah.
such a great match.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was
And,
really good. Thought it was really good.
yeah,
I wish
yeah.
I
I
wish
mean,
Bailey would have went over.
Lyra still needs some work. Yeah, yeah. I kind of want to see that too. I don't know where they're going with it, but I agree with you.
Yeah, because
But they kept the belt on Becky after really great match.
yeah, agreed, agreed. Um,
Yeah, but yeah, no, there was some really strong moves, but everybody sold really well. Uh, Hard hitting. I mean, some really good stuff. Again, Lyra, she's almost there. She's getting better. Um, some of the facials and some of the selling is a little meh,
yeah,
but everything I thought was done really well, and yeah, I think this was close to match of the night. I think.
you think so?
Well, I mean, it was really good, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I think you already know what my favorite
three ways
match
are
was. What about three ways?
yeah. Well, they're sometimes hard to get such good chemistry out of. But these three did a great job. I mean, they were in the right place at the right time. Becky came in and stole it with a little from Lyra with a kind of a roll up on Bailey. Trying to recall, and she kind of just stole it and then got out of there. It leaves it open for more.
Yeah,
And again, I would have liked to see Bailey win, but the way it ended, and I think where we're heading, uh, I'm not bothered by that at all. I can't let that take that away from what a great match it was.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I feel like everybody
Make
did
sure.
their part. Everybody did their part. And I feel like the crowd was really like over on Lyra. I could be wrong, but I feel like I don't know. People were going crazy for her, but yeah, she was doing
Yeah,
pretty good. But
yeah, she's definitely good.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then do you remember was it the next match was JC Jane and Jordan Grace, right? Is that the next match?
that's right. That's right.
Yeah, for the
Yeah,
NXT
yeah,
Women's
yeah.
title because
Jordan.
Jordan Grace has it. Another match that we predicted incorrectly because we also predicted incorrectly of the Becky Lynch match because we both said we wanted Bailey to win, I believe. Um,
Yeah,
so and then this one, Jordan Grace wins
yeah. I thought Jordan.
or no, sorry, JC Jane wins the
She had
NXT.
some help on the outside there, but they eventually turned on her. But you know Jordan still needs a little bit of work. There's some spots a little sloppy here and there.
Yeah.
She looks great.
Hello. Hello. Go.
But yeah, Jordan, we thought she was going to go over, but they didn't do it that way, and that's okay. Match was decent. Jordan looks like $1 million. I mean, she's definitely the future of not just NXT, but she's got a big future on the main roster, in my opinion. She still needs a little bit of work in some of those areas with some of the moves, and um, you know, but overall, I thought they did great. Uh, Very good match. I'm not somebody who catches NXT often,
Same.
so it's nice to see these guys on a main PLE, getting some time there and some more exposure.
Yeah.
Um,
Agreed.
but you know, NXT has some great talent, and all these women here just looked awesome. I mean, I wish I had more time to sit down and watch NXT. Uh, Seems like I'm missing a lot.
Same.
Um,
Is
yeah,
NXT on
but
Peacock?
I don't know. It could be on Peacock or USA. I'm not quite sure here in the
Fantastic. If
States.
it's on USA, then it'll be in the same boat as SmackDown. I will never be able to watch it.
Second. Yeah, it's okay. But
But yeah,
yeah, so JC Jane, she's interesting. I like the look. I like the studs on her jacket and her gear, like it's almost like a demolition throwback to uh on her gear. But like I said, these guys, NXT, it's the breathing ground for the main roster. Did a great job. Put on a good match. Uh, Displayed some great talent on the outside, and yeah, Jordan Grace didn't get the win, but I believe after the match she got jumped by somebody. I don't know if
Blake
I saw the end of that or
Monroe
not, but
was because
Blake Monroe,
it was the chick she came out with.
former Mariah May from AEW. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, she hit Jordan Grace with the belt on the back.
turned heel.
Turned heel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
about time for him to turn heel.
I've realized everyone who has a belt, I think it is heel, right? You got Cena, Solo,
Yeah,
um, Gunther, JC
Becky.
Jane, Becky.
Yeah,
Judgment Day has the tag team belts. Everybody, all the heels have belts. It's crazy to
all the
think.
heels have belts. The
Naomi a
girls
heel?
and Naomi is a heel.
All right, well, there it keeps going. Awesome,
It's a
fantastic.
heel's paradise. See, I told you, everybody's got to turn heel. That's what
Yeah.
happens. You get championships. It's the only way to go. Be a
Yep.
bad guy.
Mhm.
Screw
Cody.
screw the rules.
Cody needs to turn heel.
These June bugs out here. It's July. Don't they know to go home already?
They're fans of the show. Leave them alone.
I guess. I
Um.
think they're just for WWE.
um. The next match was the no holds barred match.
I can flick here a little quicker.
I believe so. And then it.
Um, yeah, we got the. Let's see. I'm flicking through as we go here. It was a ladies tag match.
That's right. Um.
I'm
With
going in proper order.
with what was it, Roxanne Perez and
Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez,
yeah,
uh,
versus
Charlotte and Alexa Bliss,
yep,
and then Ruka and I forget the other girl's name, and
Asuka,
then Asuka and the Kabuki
the Kabuki
girls.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Isla Dawn Alba Fire Fury, I don't know. Katana Chance and
no,
Kaden Carter versus Shayna Baszler and Tegan Knox. Wait, what is this?
That was last year. That was last year.
What the? No, it says 25.
Yeah. No, that's last year. Some of those aren't even with the company anymore. But I've named them all off anyway. So.
I'm sorry. My bad.
So yeah, but yeah, no, this was a good match, man. The Kabuki Warriors are so. I love their style. It's a very aggressive style, and with her and was it Kairi Sane and Roxanne started off this match. It was so good. I mean, these guys went at it, and Roxanne is another one of those smaller in stature, but she can work so good, and is again so forceful with everything that she does. I mean, it's just like holy shit, you know. And this was a good way to start the match, I thought. And you know, Kairi Sane looks like $1,000,000. Her and Asuka together as a tag team is just phenomenal. I'm glad to see them back like that.
Yeah, you think
I think the women's tag division is better than the men's tag division.
Agreed. I 100% agree. And I feel like this match definitely shows that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this was my favorite match of the night. Because it's a tag team match. It's a tag team match. But it was just, I like how towards the end it kind of just went crazy. And you're just like, man, everybody's taking each other out. I don't even know who's legal right now, you know? And and I don't know. I loved it. I thought it was great. Thought it was fantastic.
No, they what they've done with the women's division is just so good. I mean, it's almost as popular as the men's division these days, and this is a great example of why. You had 8 ladies in there just beating the shit out of each other, and you know, sometimes with the women's division, I will say, it does look a little too choreographed because they're waiting for each other. But when you consider where we were 5 years ago with the women's division, you know, this is miles beyond what we could have ever imagined. And so you can't ignore the small stuff like that they're still learning.
Yeah.
And just understand where this was and where it's going, because they're so good. And you know, every woman in this match shined.
Yeah.
I agree. There wasn't one I don't think that you're like, oh well, she could have done better, or she could have done this, or they all shined. They all got their stuff in, and they all were able to come out, even though they lost. 3 teams lost, still came out looking tremendous.
Yeah. Agreed.
And Raquel Rodriguez, again, she's great. I love her.
Yeah. And it strengthens the relationship between her and Roxanne Perez as well, which I really like on a story aspect. But yeah, you know, mentioning the women's division, we have, you know, an episode previously on the channel when we talked about the SmackDown episode where Cena first appeared on, and you know, even going back to the episode we talked about of, you know, Scott Hall's first appearance on WCW Nitro, it still just shows, you know, you watch WCW Nitro, SmackDown to this, it's like, yeah, the women's division has gone so much from where it started. It's, you know, it's crazy to see, and you know, be a part of that history in a way. But yeah. Great match. My favorite match of the night.
Best female roster they've ever had.
Yeah,
right now.
I can agree. I can agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so next match was the no holds barred match.
Next match was Trish Stratus.
I'm way off.
Tiffany Stratton. For you're still stuck in 2024, my man.
Nah, it's got the matches of 2025. Evolution wasn't even in 2024. It was like 2 years ago, they said. Right?
Yeah, it probably was 2 years ago.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, we had Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton next. It's like, holy moly, like 2 generations of the hottest chicks on WWE. It's amazing, but not that's why we're here to watch them. But
Yeah,
doesn't hurt for sure.
yeah, agreed. What did you
Top.
think of the match?
I thought it was okay. I thought it served its purpose. It was to get the legend out there of Trish Stratus on that she is the women's division, one of the pioneers.
Yeah,
And what better way to have her out there and with Tiffany Stratton, and I think this might have worked better if Tiffany was a heel. But it still serves its purpose. It was fine. Um, Overall, I thought it was okay. I'd probably give it a B minus to a C plus.
okay, okay, yeah, I thought it was decent. But at the end, it just felt like it was a retirement match almost. I mean, are we gonna see more of Trish Stratus? You
Yeah, I
think?
don't I don't know. I mean, she's looks great for her age.
How old is she?
She looks amazing. She's probably in her late
70s?
40s, early 50s.
Okay,
Nah, she
yeah.
can't be that old. Um, she looks
Yeah, that was a
amazing.
joke. But yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't have guessed in her
But I don't think
50s.
she's gonna do many more matches.
Um, oh well. Well, she went out with a bang. I feel like.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, there you go. If that was her retirement match, that's another retirement match loss. Two
yeah,
nights in a row.
2 nights in a row. That is
John Cena's
correct.
last match. He's going to do the right thing,
Is John
and he's
Cena's
going to
last
put her
match
over.
SummerSlam?
No, no. It's probably Survivor Series, I would think, or whatever the December pay-per-view is, maybe.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting.
But
Um,
that's tradition. When you're retiring or when you're going out to a different company, you lose your last match. That's just tradition in the business. You put the next guy over, you
yeah.
know. Um, so I'm hoping Cena does the right thing, and I'm sure he will.
Goes over for somebody that needs it. Hopefully, either Gunther or Braun Breaker.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, what was the next match?
After
Ti
Trish and
yeah,
Tiffany,
Trishany.
uh, Trishany, I like that. We got a
Trishany
Stratisfaction
Stratisfaction. That's funny.
that was removed, right? We have Jade Cargill. Well, first you have the ref out there, Bianca Belair, then you have Naomi come out. Uh,
I got a lot to
and
like. I got a little complaint about this match. I mean, you have no holds
you're
barred with a referee, guest referee, and the guest referee is somebody who has history with both competitors. But she did
right.
nothing but be a ref. It's
Yeah,
like you have a guest referee, you got to do something in the match. You got to
I
interfere in
agree.
some way.
I thought that Bianca would have turned heel or helped Jade go over or something. Yeah, I thought,
Yeah,
yeah, gotta have something. Totally agree with you. Unless, again, with the long-term storytelling, they do something where, you know, Jade blames Bianca for the loss.
maybe, but
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I,
Actually,
I
not for the loss. I got ahead of myself there.
I feel like this match was just whatever. I feel like it did not live up to the potential that I was hoping for. Um, and I just every time I see Jade Cargill in the ring, I feel like she's it doesn't seem like she's improving. And it's,
Yeah.
especially in this match, it was a little sloppy. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. The
Yeah,
qu-
I can agree with that. She's definitely needs a little bit of work on her ring work. I mean, she's decent on the mic. This was like you said, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. If you're gonna bring it out the ref, she's got to do something. Otherwise, what's the point of having her as that ref? It's just to add another element. That's fine, but what's that element? I
Yeah,
mean, there has to be a payoff
agreed.
for her being there, and there wasn't. Um, but yeah, again, this match was decent. Naomi's just freaking awesome. She's, you know,
Yeah, she's great.
in my opinion, she's number one right now in the women's division.
Well,
Uh,
there might be a
yeah.
match
Well,
or that'll come up that'll confirm that for you.
yeah. Well, I mean, even regardless, I think
Yeah,
she's just on the mic when she does that laugh and everything. I mean, she is just such a great heel.
I like
She
the
is just
caution
being,
tape on her outfit too. I think that's pretty dope. Yeah,
yeah. Reminds me of a little bit of Owen Hart when he was heel.
you would come out with
Um,
caution tape or something, or
yeah, he would have not caution tape, but it was for a while there. He had caution on his thing because he went a little nuts after Brett got screwed and all that stuff, and he was going after DX, but nonetheless, he didn't look as good as Naomi does.
okay.
Um, but yeah, the overall decent match. Serves its purpose. Between these two.
And Naomi got
Um,
busted open on her nose.
yeah, she got a little bit of color there.
Yeah,
It was interesting.
yeah,
Um, not too bad.
yeah.
Not too bad. But I like the implementation of the toolbox and the chair and the trash can. I don't like when the trash can falls off and then the person who it was on pulls it
Oh
back up
my
onto themselves so
god,
the other
that
person can
was
hit them.
awful.
You gotta stop
That
that
was
shit.
awful. That was awful. I watched that. I was like, "What are you doing?"
If
Like,
it falls off, let it go.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Like a kick in the head without a trash can.
Or at least keep the trash can on and do something with it, or in that instance, or something. Make it look like
Yeah,
okay, she put it back on for a reason. But they did.
yeah,
Yeah, it was that was awful. I agree. I 100% agree
yeah.
with that.
There's things like that where if you're more seasoned, you know what to do in that situation. And in that situation, she should have just let it fall off and just say, tell Naomi to still bring the kick and just take a kick to the head without the trash can. And then Naomi could put it back on her herself,
Yeah,
because now she's dazed from another kick and now she can get kick with the trash can. But that's all right. You live and learn. Hindsight's 2020. Um, that's definitely something that, hopefully they pointed out when she got to the back. But it it was a decent match, and thankfully Naomi was in there. Naomi, the veteran, was able to really save it and make it better than what it could have been.
agreed, agreed. Um, yeah,
But
I'm not over on Jade Cargill. I mean, I didn't even like how she didn't even come out with the crown on. It's like, what's the whole point of the crown?
yeah, the Queen of the Ring was not a focal point at all,
No,
and that's what happens when you give it to a baby face. They
yeah,
stop talking about it because you don't want to make him a heel. So it was a wasted unless again she comes out. But we could talk about that after the next few matches. What could happen?
okay, okay. So we'll put a pin
The
in
next
that.
battle royal.
The Battle Royal. I really liked the Battle Royal. I thought this was really good. This takes the second best. It was a toss up between whether I like this more than everything else or the Fatal Four Way. But I like the Fatal Four Way a little bit more, just because of how that match was flowing. And this match, the Battle Royal, I felt like was really good, especially towards the end. And yeah, I thought it was great. Thought it was great.
Yeah, there was a few blown spots in this. As expected, again, the women aren't as seasoned as the guys. Uh, you don't really have many people who've been around the company for a long time, um, over the industry. So there's a couple of blown spots here and there. But in saying that, having that many bodies in the ring at the same time, there's a lot can go wrong. So they did just totally fine. I thought, able to get done what was supposed to be done and answer some storyline questions with some other people in there, and uh, you know the um, the her service or the Hervis, whatever you call them, that come out with Chelsea Green. Getting those
Yeah.
guys in there and getting them out of the ring by Nikki Bella
I
getting
was
in there,
rooting
but
for
also,
the whole. I was rooting for Chelsea Green the whole match. I was hoping she would
yeah,
win it. Um, I love Chelsea Green. I think she's great. Um, to be honest, I love her.
yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like she's a great character wrestler. Like
Absolutely.
yeah. So
Yeah, she's hilarious. Her promos, her facial expressions, and she can work. She's got everything that you want. Um, I think she's more on the lines though of a Miz,
okay,
where they'll keep her around for a longest time because they know that she can help get people over. Because she's that good. She's not, and I don't want to knock her because again, I think she's great, but I don't think they see her as one of the big top names as world champion.
not
Um,
yet, not yet.
maybe not yet, but I do think that they see her as somebody who can help get other people over, and that is, to me, that's a bigger tip of the cap than somebody who could be a world champion for 4 months, 6 months, and maybe not never get it again.
Yeah,
But look at
that's
the
true.
amount of people that Miz was able to get over the years. Miz was instrumental in so many storylines with so many names: John Cena, Randy Orton, CM Punk, uh, good lord, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens. I mean, he's been taking the bullet for so many different talents in a way to, if they're not involved in a championship storyline, to give them something important to deal with in the meantime. And and that's why I think Chelsea Green is going to be, and she's phenomenal. So yeah, I would have loved to see her go over too.
Yeah.
Um,
And I don't know, you correct me if I'm wrong if you go back and watch it or something, but it sounded like the crowd was booing when she got eliminated.
oh, the crowd loves her. She's so
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Because again, she's that heel that she's not uh, a vicious heel to where you want to see her get her ass kicked. She's
Hmm.
a fun heel. She's gorgeous. So what's to hate? I
Yeah.
mean, there's so much to love about her because she's just, again, she's not that vicious heel that is just like, screw you and I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. It's all in a tongue-in-cheek kind of way,
Yeah.
and she's lovable. But the thing is, just like the Miz, if they were to turn her face, give her 6 months and then they'll be tired of her because
It's
they want her to
crazy.
be a heel again.
Yeah.
Because just like the Miz, the thing we loved about Miz was when he was a heel, because he was such a funny, sarcastic, and just a good heel that was able to get shit over. And that's the way she is as a heel. When they turn face, a lot of that's taken away because you have to change your demeanor, you have to change everything else, and you lose that attraction, you know?
Yeah.
Just like, look at Ron Killings, right? Everybody loved Ron Killings, wanted him to get hired back. Now they bring him out as instead of R-Truth, as Ron Killings, something totally different than what he was, and nobody gives a shit anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to be careful when you give the fans what they want, because if you change it, then they're like, I'm done with this already. That's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted this, but also that.
Yeah. 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 When was the last time
Wrestling fans are never
we
happy.
saw Ron Killings?
Yeah, where?
No, when was the last time we saw Ron Killings?
Oh, he's been on Raw. He's had his matches, but again, it's
Not when
nothing.
I've been binging, week to week. I haven't seen him.
Yeah,
He hasn't been
yeah,
on the program.
he's been on. He's been on. Just nothing prevalent.
Yeah, nothing recent, I guess. Um,
You know.
Yeah, and the winner of the Battle Royal, which I think we didn't go over, it was Stephanie Vicure from NXT, right? She's from NXT.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She's awesome. She's good.
yeah,
She's a
she
great
was
little
great.
talent.
She was great. I I was glad they didn't give it to Lash Legend. I don't like that name. That name is awful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't mind it. I mean,
just call her
she looks
Lash.
great. She looks great. I mean, she's a big monster of a heel,
Yeah,
and I mean, she could kick anybody's ass. Looks like. Um, but yeah, I don't mind the name so much. But yeah, they can call her just Lash or whatever. But we've had a couple of Lashes before in the wrestling business, so I think they just kind of want to. I don't
Lash
know. Mix it.
Legend. Too. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
double
yeah,
L.
yeah, double L.
But yeah, no, it was a good match. You came down to Chelsea Green, Nikki Bell, and Nia Jax, Lash, and Stephanie Vaquer, and of course, our girl got knocked out, Chelsea Green,
Yeah,
and then it looked like you're going to have maybe Nia and Lash, two big girls, you know. Then Nikki and Nia went at it, and Lash and Stephanie went at it in the corner, and they did kind of their own you know, little dances with each other. But then Nia uh, took Nikki out, and that left Stephanie vulnerable, and she was able to overcome the odds.
yep, she did it. She won. She
She
won
did.
the battle royal. She gets the victory royale and gets a feature title shot at Clash in Paris. We don't know.
Lash.
Do we know who she's
Yeah.
gonna go up against? Not yet, huh?
I don't know. No, well, I guess she'd probably go up against the winner of the next match, right?
The next match being the main event.
The main event.
Another fantastic match, by the way. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for what the women's world champion, right? Women's world
Yeah,
champion.
women's
Yeah.
world title. Two from men. I mean, these are two of the best out there, right? I mean, Io and Rhea, so good.
Crowd was loving it.
Uh, Oh yeah, crowd was so into this. I mean, and the crowd loves both of these. Both got huge pops when they first came out. Um, Two different styles, but man, they mesh together so well.
Yeah,
Uh, I mean, honestly, I mean, Rhea's never. Might be out there. I don't know. I've never seen it, but Rhea's never had a bad match, in my opinion.
agreed. Yeah,
Um,
I when I was watching this, it reminded me of Shawn and Taker's match at WrestleMania 25. It was just just I don't know. I just had that same feel of like, oh my god, they just keep going. Like they're not taking each other down. Um,
yeah,
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 and that's just how it felt up until the big moment when Io Sky and Rhea Ripley both down on the ring, and out comes Naomi with the Money in the Bank to cash in the contract to potentially get
yeah,
the Women's World Championship, but she ends up winning. Um, and yeah, and now Naomi is the Women's World Championship, interrupting a fantastic match between uh, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Have a little bit of history of Io Sky has always won against Rhea Ripley, and she's undefeated against her. Uh, so so yeah, and still undefeated because Naomi turned it into a
yeah,
triple threat match. So yeah,
yeah. Well, before she even came out, I mean, they went outside of the ring and they went up on top of some of
oh
the stage
yeah,
boxes, and
that was
this
an
is something that we'd never seen
yeah,
before, you know. So this kind of thing is groundbreaking right here.
yeah,
Um, and they did it so well. I mean, again, when you don't have seasoned veterans doing certain moves, you're like, oh shit. It's if something doesn't go wrong, it's at least not going to look right. But they nailed the shit out of this, and it was phenomenal. I mean, they couldn't show enough replays of this after it happened. Io Sky jumping off the top of the box on top of Rhea Ripley, and then they went back to the ring, and that's when Naomi came out,
Boom!
and she cashes it in. Uh, she goes to swing at Io, and some confusion. They didn't ring the bell yet, so she has to stop her swing. Io has to stay there. Then they announce it again, and then she goes back and then swings at Io again. So that was a little sloppy, but it was a quick couple of moves off the ropes and on Io, and you have a new women's world champ.
Yeah, yeah. This is a really good match. As far as the singles match, this one takes it for the event. But yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyways,
No, Naomi. I mean, incredible. And people, when she won it, people were cheering her because people
yeah,
were like, "Holy shit, this is huge!" And it's good to see her. And even if you're a heel, you come out there, and I know it's just a small bit of blood on her nose, but she had the tape on her nose and the blood coming down. Even made her look more badass than she
yeah,
is. So she's such a good heel. Like I said, that laugh just kills it for me. It's just a typical evil laugh. It's just she does it so well. Everything about Naomi is just top notch, man. She
yeah.
is the best heel in the business right now, in my opinion.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But
Yeah,
yeah, Evolution, the
that was Evolution 2020.
WWE's second Evolution main event or pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it. And I thought it was great. It was better than Saturday night's main event, in my opinion.
Sure, for sure. I
Yeah.
give this a B plus.
The
Actually, I'd probably give it an A minus.
A minus, A minus. Good, but not good enough.
No, it was great. It was great. Better than most.
Yes, agreed, agreed. Uh,
Yeah.
but then the next day was
Next day,
July
3 days
14th,
later.
Raw, episode of Raw, which, holy crap. I mean, I texted you right when I finished it before we started recording. Holy shit, this Raw was insane, in my opinion. I really, really enjoyed this week's episode of Raw. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. There was some complaints from the boys in the basement, the internet wrestling community, that there was way too much women on Raw, not enough men. So of course you'd complain about that, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
Um,
because you're
but
gay.
whoa. Um, but you know, it seems to be a kind of a trend on Raw. You get the women doing their thing at the beginning, tapers into some of the men stuff, and then you know, that's the format they're using. So it is what it is. Um, but yeah, it was a great Raw. I was very entertaining.
Yeah, I really
And
liked it. I thought the second half of Raw was much better than the first, but still, you know, Naomi kicked it off with addressing the Money in the Bank cash in at Evolution, and you know, I thought it was a decent promo, uh, because then you had Ripley and Sky show up, and Adam Pearce because of that promo and all that heated tension. He says triple threat match is going to happen at SummerSlam for the belt. So I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, why not just have Naomi cash in the belt before the match even starts between Io and Rhea at that point? Because now you're just giving us what we had at the end of the match of Evolution. It was a triple threat match, and Naomi won it. And now, okay, we're gonna do an official triple threat match this time.
no, I mean, first of all, you got to cash in when they're down, right? You got to
Yeah,
get to the most vulnerable. And
Agreed.
it wasn't a match. I mean, she did a couple of moves and then the match was over. I
Yeah,
mean,
but it was still
you didn't
it,
really.
it still got turned into a triple threat match though.
Yeah, but there wasn't an actual match. It was just a couple of moves. But the reaction, you know, people want to see it. So absolutely make that match for SummerSlam.
Okay.
And after what you did see from Io and Rhea the night before, and now you're going to add Naomi, and now she has to actually fight an actual match instead of being a coward and waiting for both guys to be down. Uh,
You think she'll
you
go over?
know, I would. I mean, she's such a good heel, and unless you want to take it off her and then let her chase Rhea for it, you could do that. But
I don't know. I just think
I would
it
keep it
would
on Naomi.
it would diminish the cash in if you just take it off of her at the next event. You know?
Yeah, I agree. That's why, yeah, keep it on her.
Yeah.
But she's the first one out tonight, Naomi, in her newspaper uh, outfit and her caution tape.
Yeah. Yeah. Costume
She
department is working overtime on Naomi's outfits.
good lord.
But yeah. Um,
Many a teenage boy has blossomed into a man after this Raw.
whatever that means. Um, but yeah, after that gets announced that we're getting a triple threat match at SummerSlam. It goes to the tag match, right? Yeah, the tag match between Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, uh, versus the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and uh is it Kyrie? Kyrie Sane? Kyrie Sane, that's how you pronounce it. Um
Yeah, yeah. Well, before that though, let's not jump past uh, Finn Balor and Dom
Oh
backstage. and
yes.
and JD McDonough and Raquel, and they're all cleaning the belts up. Finn's cleaning the belts up for everybody, and he's saying it's all for Liv as he looks at Liv's. That's a little doesn't mean much right now, but it will once Liv comes back and as a face.
Yeah.
But anyways, get back to the match. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So my apologies for missing it. I thought it was a good match. Again, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez, I feel like are they work so well together in my opinion.
They
And
do.
as well as Asuka and Kyrie Sane. You know, uh, I love tag team matches, so it's no surprise that I like this match. So
Yeah, no, great match. Yeah, you're exactly right, man. Raquel and Roxanne together,
yeah,
awesome tag team. The little and large Hispanic females just kicking ass.
yeah,
And it's incredible to see them mesh so well together. And uh, this this is a tag match. This is what a tag match should be. You have Raquel and Roxanne who look like they're a tag team. They got the same colored outfits and
yes,
same
yes,
mindset, all that good stuff. And then you have the Kabuki Warriors, who are looking similar with their hairstyles and some face paint and all that. And it looks like two tag teams going at it. And this is the kind of shit that I want to see week in, week out with tag teams uh, on both the women and the men's division. Is that too much to ask for, Triple H?
it is,
I know
it
he's watching.
is. Yeah, he's watching. Probably when he's on the toilet.
Eh,
He's like every time he gets on the toilet, he's got to listen to someone, and we're
yeah.
that someone.
Hey,
uh, but yeah, don't forget to wipe. Anyways, so yeah, a good match, good match. And yeah, just a solid match. Nothing much to say about it.
yeah. Well, Dom got involved. Dom helped the heels out, and made sure that they kept the belts. Uh, so that was furthering the storyline between, the descent of Dom and Liv, and is he, taking liberties with Roxanne now? So we'll see how that plays into Liv's return.
yeah, yeah, definitely something to look forward to. I mean, we've talked about it last week when we did when we talked about that week's Raw of how we're big fans of the Judgment Day. I feel like Judgment Day is such a great faction. Um, and they've been implementing a comedy elements into it more and more. It seems like, and it's working. It's it makes it feel like my era of wrestling's backstage moments, uh, and I love it. I love it.
Good. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's good stuff. They haven't done anything wrong with Judgment Day recently. I love it.
yeah, yeah. Then we have the number one contender for the women's intercontinental championship match with Lyra and Bailey. Am I skipping over anything before we get into this?
Just some backstage stuff with Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker
That's right. That's
being
right.
interviewed, and then Lyra and Bailey kind of interacting a little bit before this match, but
Okay.
no big deal.
Yep.
Nothing of substance, to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
So
this match was decent. They came off a match, the night before with Becky involved, and that is a 2 out of 3 falls match, and these can always be hit or miss. This was decent, I guess.
yeah, a lot of what felt like similar to like an Iron Man match where it's just like got to keep going. Um,
Right.
and I I don't know if they're testing things to see if how the crowd likes those kind of matches. Maybe they'll do more of those in the future. We'll have to wait and see. But I I loved it. I mean you give them enough time to um, work in the ring, in my opinion, and it works. It shows their true potential, in my opinion. Uh, when
Yeah.
this 2 out of 3 falls match, and then another match we'll get to uh, later. But yeah, it was a decent match. And I, you know, just no complaints. I don't know. I liked it. No complaints of any of these matches this week, in my opinion. But yeah,
Yeah. No, Lyra looked pretty good here in this match. Looked better, I think, almost better in this match than she did the night before. Um,
I can agree with that.
but overall, these kind of matches you keep them for special occasions. You wouldn't want to do these matches often, because they lose their luster. Um,
Yeah,
but Bailey's, she's a veteran, man. She can, guide you through these matches and make it look good. And I think, did Lyra win this at the end?
Lyra won it and sets it up
Lyra won it.
for Lyra versus Becky Lynch at SummerSlam.
Yeah. So they get their rubber match. I think they've gone against each other twice already. So this will be the rubber match, and uh, I would expect maybe Lyra to win it.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have Lyra go over, get that belt, then turn her heel.
Yeah, turn her heel.
I think SummerSlam, we might see a lot of those belts get put on a face, since they're all on heels right now.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like this is one of those belts that will get
Yeah.
handed over to a face. But
And then we go to the commentary team, and they're talking about this and that, and they review Evolution, but we haven't talked about this. But Corey Graves yet again on commentary, and this is the best commentary team I feel we've had in many, many, many
yes,
moons.
yes,
Um, Pat McAfee could be done. He might be done. Um,
hopefully,
Apparently he took time away because it was a little stressful for him, and I don't think people realize how stressful the wrestling business can be, and especially if you're on commentary and you're getting yelled at in the headset to say certain things and hit certain points, and don't miss that, and don't say that, don't say that,
yeah,
say this, no, don't say that, and so you would be surprised what goes on in those headsets, and if you're not, I guess, veteran of the business, it's definitely something that is a shock to your system, and you can put up with it for a while, and it really starts to weigh you down. And I think it finally got the pat, and that's okay. It doesn't mean anything. It just means this is not for him. And uh, I'm glad that it's not, because I like what we're seeing right now on Raw. I like the team that's there, and I hopefully we keep that team. And you know,
Yeah, agreed.
wish Pat all the best. It's not like he's hurting. He's got his
Oh yeah,
podcast. He's
yeah,
got
he's fine.
MLB All Star Game. He's got everything
Yeah,
going on. ESPN, everything. He's
yeah.
got.
Stick to
He's
that.
he's doing great, man. Stick to that.
Yeah,
That's it. Just be a wrestling fan like you were.
yeah.
Um, you know. But that's cool. Well, then we go backstage and we have Stephanie Vacour being interviewed, and then Chelsea Green comes in and they have a little powwow, and everything that
Foreshadows
Chelsea.
something.
Yeah,
Foreshadows what's coming up, but yeah.
of course. And then a promo by Karrion Kross and his wife. Then we get to the match between Nikki Bella and Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green. Again, another just great performance from Chelsea Green. um, and Nikki Bella. I think Nikki Bella.
Nikki looks great.
Yeah. Her return has been pretty good, and the fans are digging it too. And yeah, she's. I hope she sticks around for a little longer. Than
Yeah, me too. Her ring
yeah,
and her in ring work is just hasn't lost a step at all.
yeah,
You know.
agreed.
Um, I don't see her sister coming back, but I think she could stick around for a while. That'd be awesome, because she's still got it and she still looks amazing. She doesn't look like she's aged at all.
Yeah,
But this was a decent match,
yeah. Because Nikki Bella wins, and then the Secret Hervis comes out and gets involved, starts beating on Nikki Bella, and then out comes Stephanie Vacour. Is it Vacour or Vacour? Vacour.
Vacour.
Vacour. Okay, like liqueur, but
Yeah,
Vacour. Yeah. All right.
yeah.
And yeah, she
So,
came out doing more of her shtick, and I guess she's no longer gonna just be on NXT.
yeah, it looks like she's a mainstay on Raw now,
Yeah, that's
which
awesome.
is great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love when
I mean,
they slowly integrate wrestlers from NXT instead of just drafting them, and then they're like, all right, have fun, good luck, uh, and
yeah,
it feels more natural of someone to get involved like that, and winning the battle royal just was that gateway to get her involved into the main WWE stuff. And yeah, it's great
yeah.
to see. But
But Dom got involved earlier in that match, right? The tag match,
yep,
but he has a doctor's note where he can't be wrestling.
yeah,
So after this women's match, we go backstage, and Judgment Day are leaving, and Adam Pearce catches up and says, "Hey, what's up, Dom?" And he's like, "I have a doctor's note." He's like, "You look pretty good earlier, my man. So next week we're going to have a doctor give you a look over and give me a report to see what the deal is. So that doctor's note may be null and void."
by next week we'll
And
have to wait and see.
then we pan over AJ Styles is
Yes,
praying there. Come on, Lord.
yeah,
But what's obviously he's going to fail the test, where failing meaning he can compete. Uh, the doctor said, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with this guy. But that
Adam.
match will be set for SummerSlam, AJ and Dom.
Yeah, Adam Pierce said, "Well, if you're cleared, you have a match for that title against AJ Styles at SummerSlam."
That's
And
right.
yeah, that's what sets up him praying, and you know, yeah,
Yeah. Now, is this? I don't know her timetable, but this would be a good time for Liv to make a return
Yeah.
and cost Dom the belt.
Yeah.
That could be fun. And she could come out at SummerSlam and cost every single member of the Judgment Day their belts.
That's true. That's very true.
That could
Yeah.
be entertaining. Um, so we'll see what happens, but that's definitely gonna be a match that's gonna be set for SummerSlam, and then you got Rusev and Sheamus, who seem like
Yes.
they're gonna
They're gonna
have a
do
bit of
it
a feud.
another match again, and
Yeah,
hopefully that'll be just as good as their match.
that was a good match. That was brutal. I mean,
Yeah.
they took it to each other.
Yeah.
But
It was great.
then we get a review of some stuff, and here comes the Ring General Gunther.
Yeah, he's talking about how, basically retired Goldberg, and he's like, all right, well, who's next? And then out comes Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman, the
Yeah,
Oracle, and basically saying that what's going to happen is there's going to be, or I'm sorry, Gunther was talking about how there's going to be a gauntlet match for the number one contender um, for SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight title, and
yeah,
that's when Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman come out, and you know Paul Heyman's telling Gunther, well, what's gonna happen is Gunther is gonna or go Jesus, Braun Breaker is going to win this gauntlet match, and he's going to face you at SummerSlam, and then Gunther says, okay, great, I will watch it from my skybox up above, and I will be entertained by uh, you guys competing for this title,
yeah,
for this contender, being the number one contender for the title. And so then we have Braun Breaker versus Penta. And this is where Raw just went into full gear and was like, it felt like old school wrestling from here on out, in my opinion. Um, and whether you can agree or disagree, I don't know. What is your opinion on this gauntlet match that we had?
yeah. No, this was great. And it's always good to see a gauntlet match when it's done right, and for the right reasons. You don't want to do this. This is like every once in a blue moon kind of thing. But then having the guys in there that they had was even better. Like Braun Breaker, he's the future of the business, right? He really is, and looks like a jacked fucking animal, right? Penta's way over, so to have him come out for that first match, you don't know who's going to win, honestly, because both of them are so over.
Yeah,
Because they're both getting pushed to the moon. So you know, obviously, I mean, I don't know if you want to say it or not, but Breaker goes over after a
yeah,
really strong match.
with him and
Uh,
Penta.
him and Panther, yeah,
And because
so
he
it was,
won that match, he has to wait for the next contender to come out, and the next contender is LA Knight. And
LA Knight,
you have a little bit of that aggression maybe from uh, Breaker after LA Knight's win against Seth Rollins, and
right,
and so yeah, I felt like because LA Knight beat Seth Rollins, you had a little bit more tension of like, oh, LA Knight could beat Breaker, and
right. He's got the momentum coming in, yeah,
yeah, and that I felt like out of all these um, gauntlet matches, I enjoyed the LA Knight and Braun Breaker one the most, and it was just yeah, that was phenomenal. Just two jack dudes in the ring going, toe to toe. It was great. It was great,
yeah,
and
yeah. It was a solid match, absolutely. This by itself would have been a great match.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, they put on a great show, and Braun Breaker showed no signs of slowing down and took a little bit of water, but other than that, he's looking fresh in there.
yeah, 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 and he eliminated LA Knight, and then
Braun,
this is yeah, unfortunately, because I really dig LA Knight, but then Jey Uso is next. Um, oh my lord! I mean, I right when he came out, I was like, all right, are you gonna do the shtick with your music? Hopefully not. Boom, they didn't. They didn't right from the get go. Jey Uso, they just get straight to the match. Jey Uso's fighting Braun Breaker and throws Braun Breaker out of the match or out of the ring, and then dives out of the ring, or Jey Uso dives out of the ring to knock out Braun Breaker. Jey Uso then runs into the ring and says, "Play the music again." And I'm like, it just kills the momentum. And I would have been so irritated if I was in that crowd, because that momentum you're building without, having Breaker versus Penta, phenomenal match. Penta versus LA, or Breaker versus LA Knight, another phenomenal match. And then, all right, well, you're gonna listen to my music and you're gonna put your hands up and down for a little bit.
Right.
Thankfully, it was they cut to commercial,
Right.
and
But we
go
come
ahead.
back and all of a sudden, Braun Breaker's on the ropes with Jey Uso knocking the shit out of him, and it's kind of like, well, how did we get here?
Yeah, agreed.
We missed. How much did we miss because fucking Jey Uso's singing and dancing?
Yeah, yeah. But this was the best I've seen from Jey Uso, in my opinion.
It was pretty good. But I
Yeah.
tell you what, that leap off the top rope where they had Gunther in the background up in the skybox.
Yes, that was a good shot.
That
Good.
was such a cool
Yeah,
shot.
yeah. Agreed.
But yeah, I mean, aside from the dancing, aside from when he first came out looking like a goofball, he did. Yeah, I thought this was a really good match for Uso for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And then
But we'll tell you, Connor, my 9-year-old, your brother, when Jey Uso started dancing and they go to commercial, he's like, "Aren't they supposed to be having a match right now?" I'm like, "Yes, they are."
yeah.
He was just dumb, so he stopped watching.
Oh, that was his cutoff. I'm done.
That was good off. Just so you know, Triple H,
Yeah.
you lost a 9-year-old.
Yep. And then Breaker eliminates Jey Uso.
Yeah,
Um,
another spear. The spear was great.
yeah. I feel like that's something that we got to talk about, is how Breaker has just been taking out Penta, LA Knight, and Jey Uso with the spear, and phenomenal. Phenomenal, makes that spear even more deadly, and you're like, oh man, builds up that move for Breaker. Um,
And,
and
and I like that Breaker does this, not just you're standing there and I'm going to hit you with a spear, but a lot of the time it's the other person's going to do a move on Breaker and he just hits it out of nowhere, catches them midair, and plants them in the canvas, and that makes it look even more devastating. So, he's really getting to be you know, really creative with his finishes,
yeah,
and that's going to take him a long way. That's a big thing. That's when you can get that move out of nowhere unexpectedly. Holy shit, you know
yeah, agreed.
that gets you over. So when he turns face eventually, that's going to be a big thing for him.
Uh-huh. And
Spear out of nowhere.
what cost Jey Uso the match was the interference from Bronson Reed. Uh,
Yeah,
and the Bronson Reed's out there with Paul Heyman, the Oracle, and yeah, that's what made Jey Uso lose. And out comes CM Punk, and again, I feel like this is the best we've seen Punk ever since he's returned. Is him and Breaker. I feel like.
yeah.
Maybe arguably him and the McIntyre feud, which I thought was a good feud as well. Right after he returned, but you know I think this is up there with a good matches with him and uh, McIntyre, and then him and Breaker are probably neck and neck. I would say him and Breaker is maybe a step above, but maybe that might be recency bias. But yeah, phenomenal match from both of these people. What did you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Punk has looked as good as he's ever looked since he came back to WWE. Um, you know, his stuff that he did with Chris Jericho back in the day was phenomenal. That's probably some of his best stuff I like.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and this has probably been just as good. nothing else I've seen in between was as good as this. But his match here, yeah, he just looks better. I mean, he's older, but he looks phenomenal still. He's aged really well.
Yeah.
He's in great shape, and he hasn't lost a step in the ring. He can still do all the stuff that CM Punk has always done. And this was again, Braun Breaker's been out there probably now for, I don't know, 30 plus minutes with 4 different guys, and here he is, still, putting on a hell of a show.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and this is how you got a future superstar here, and this is how the company sees that, because they're not going to put you out there for 4 matches if they don't believe in you and have faith in you, right? So
Yeah.
they're putting this story right here on his shoulders, building him up, giving him momentum, strapping the rocket to him, and letting him, take the reins here on this, so to speak.
Oh, and let's see what you did there.
What they do.
Take the reins.
Um, so, but yeah, and Punk, drops the Randy Savage elbow off the top rope,
Yep.
almost gets the pin, not quite. Goes for I don't want to call it the wrong name. It goes for the
Go to sleep.
wrist lock.
Or no. Oh,
No, it's
the anaconda.
yeah, is it the Anaconda, the Kimura lock, whatever it
The
is? And
anaconda
then, of
vice
course,
grip or something.
yeah, and then Bronson Reed comes in and
Breaks it up.
drops a big old elbow on Punk.
And
He
then out
calls it,
comes a Uso.
"Hey Uso."
A Uso.
Yeah,
Jey Uso coming out and making sure Bronson Reed isn't a problem in the match.
yeah, but I don't know. He comes out kind of lackadaisical. Uh, I'm just not buying it when Jey Uso comes out. I know I got in the ring and he gave a super kick to Bronson Reed, and then he does a dive through the ropes on top of Bronson, but he's just not that guy that I'm like, oh shit, yeah, here he comes to make the save today. Doesn't get me excited.
Yeah.
And the music becomes a distraction then, because we do 10 minutes of fucking dancing to the music every week. But then Punk gets the kick to the face, and then he does the go to sleep on Braun Breaker and gets the win.
Punk gets the win. He gets the win. And he's going to be facing Gunther at SummerSlam for Gunther's World Heavyweight Championship title. And
Yeah.
celebrations going on, and then Punk starts getting beat up by Bronson Reed, right? Right? Was it Bronson Reed? Just watched it, but
So yeah, Bronson and it's Bronson.
it's
Actually,
Bronson
yeah.
at first, and then Breaker comes out.
Flash into the corner.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you
Ground
have
and pound.
Bronson and
Then Jay comes in to try and save
Bronson,
Punk.
Braun Breaker, Jey Uso, and Punk are in the ring duking it out. And before we reveal what happens, towards the end of this match between Punk and Breaker, the crowd was chanting OTC, OTC, expecting for him to maybe come out during the match, but nope. He came out after the match to defend Jey Uso and CM Punk, and
Breaker gave a couple of spears. Gave a spear to Uso, gave a spear to Punk, and then
a Superman punches.
Bronson drapes Jey Uso on Punk, and Bronson's gonna go up top. And then what?
Superman punch, right?
Yeah, here comes Roman Reigns.
Yeah. Send Superman punches.
But so Roman Reigns comes out. OTC, music hits, everybody goes nuts. Paul Heyman can't believe it. He just shit his pants, and
2 guys Paul Heyman screwed over, Punk and Reigns.
Yeah. Like I had said.
Yeah.
Here we go. When does Brock Lesnar show up?
If he shows up.
Well, the Heyman team needs to get a third man now.
Yeah. You think it'll be
Rollins out?
Who do you think it'll be? Gunther?
I don't know. They got to figure something out, though. Well, they have till November. I mean, if they want to do it that way, they have till November. They can slow it down a little bit and make a
Yeah.
fourth man before November. Do a Survivor Series team 4-on-4, and that could be interesting. You know, that could be. You have Reigns, Punk, and Lesnar. They just need to find one other person, and you know, but Spear City. You know, now you have Roman Reigns with his spear, and you have Braun Breaker with his spear, and Goldberg with his spear, and
We need Edge to come
Charlotte
back.
Flair with her spear. Huh?
We need Edge to come back so he can bring his spear.
Edge. Yes,
But
but this is a great finish to Raw. I thought it was, you know,
I 100% agree.
good finish. And then you get the handshake from Roman Reigns to Jey Uso, pulls him up off the mat, says, "Hey, I'm back."
Is Roman going to be face?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, that's obvious, right? I mean, he just came
Yeah.
out against the heels.
Never
But,
know. He
and then
might do an
Punk's
unexpected
on the mat
turn.
looking up. Punk's like, what the fuck? What are you doing here? And him and Roman Reigns have a stare down as Punk gets up, and they both look up to the ramp and see the heels backtracking, but then they're looking at each other like,
The Empire.
how's this gonna be? Yeah, looking at the Empire. And you know, it's gonna make some good TV for next while, because if you have Punk and Reigns on the same team, ooh, that's gonna
Yeah.
be some fun stuff.
That will be awesome. It's going to be awesome to see, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
And that was your Raw.
that was Raw Evolution, Saturday's main event. What happened on SmackDown before this weekend? Because I don't watch SmackDown, so.
I don't recall.
Oh, great. Very important SmackDown, I guess. But
Doesn't matter because everything fell out on Saturday night's main event. So
yeah, and we're too busy watching Superman.
that's true. We were.
Yeah.
Let's let it go there. Yeah.
Yeah, go check out our Superman review of James Gunn's new Superman movie, and you'll see us debating about a super guy who wears underwear on the outside of his pants.
Yeah. Do it all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, that was it. That was everything that we've watched WWE related over the past weekend, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, tell us your thoughts on this past weekend's WWE in the comments. Like the video or something. I don't know what you do, but yeah, this has been the Doyledin podcast. Have a good day. Have a good night. Whatever your time zone may be, don't forget to have a good life. See you in the next one.